Have you ever felt the sting of prying eyes where they don't belong? That eerie sensation that someone, consumed by motives of jealousy or malice, is digging through your past, seeking cracks in your foundation. You've endured the whispers, the covert glances, and the calculated moves of those desperate to unveil something they can weaponize. It feels invasive, unjust, a violation of your peace. But take heart, for no act, no matter how hidden, escapes the eyes of God. Those schemes built in secret have now been met with divine justice. You are not alone in this battle. The hand of God is moving in ways seen and unseen, revealing their intentions and dismantling their plans. Jealousy is often at the heart of these invasive actions. Those who feel overshadowed by your potential find it difficult to accept your growth and light. They interpret your success as a threat, igniting an inner storm that propels them to tear down what they cannot replicate. Their envy transforms into a driving force, pushing them to seek ways to diminish you. Envy, however, rarely works alone. Hidden agendas often fuel such actions, concealed beneath a veneer of concern or curiosity. These individuals operate with calculated precision, aiming to uncover details that can be twisted into weapons. They aren't searching for understanding. They're looking for leverage. Their intentions are steeped in manipulation, designed to alter your narrative to their advantage. Desperation adds another layer to their motives. These individuals feel their relevance slipping, their opportunities fading, and their grip on control weakening. They believe that undermining someone else's journey is their only chance to maintain their own position. Your success becomes a looming shadow, threatening the illusion of power they cling to. But at the core of their actions is fear. Fear of being seen for who they truly are. Ironically, the investigators are often more terrified of exposure than you could ever be. They obsess over your life as a diversion, a way to shift attention away from their own flaws. In their minds, exposing you is a way to conceal their vulnerabilities, projecting their insecurities outward instead of addressing them within. Their methods are invasive and relentless. Whether hiring others, exploiting technology, or infiltrating your personal life, they spare no effort in their quest to uncover details. This is not a casual interest. It's a calculated assault on your peace. Their fixation blinds them to the damage they're causing, not only to you, but to themselves. Despite their efforts, their desperation betrays them. Their actions often become obvious to those around them, revealing motives rooted in jealousy and fear. They may believe they're acting in secrecy, but their behavior is transparent to anyone who looks closely. What they consider a cunning strategy instead exposes their pettiness and insecurity. This entire process is fueled by an illusion of power. They convince themselves that their schemes will bring you down, that they are in control. What they fail to realize is the spiritual reality. They are not stronger than the divine forces protecting you. They underestimate the strength of your foundation and the resilience that comes with being chosen. In the end, these individuals are fighting a battle they cannot win. Their actions, though harmful, are a reflection of their own brokenness, not your worth. Their schemes hold no power against the divine light surrounding you. While they seek to undermine you, they only deepen their own chaos. Their intentions may be dark, but they cannot overcome the light that shields you. The actions of these investigators are not only immoral, but often illegal. To pry into someone's personal life without permission is to cross a line, violating boundaries that are both ethical and legal. It's an invasion of privacy, a betrayal of trust, and a blatant disregard for human dignity. They operate under the misguided notion that their actions are justified, but such behavior carries serious consequences. What's often overlooked is the spiritual weight of these violations. To break earthly laws is one thing, but to violate spiritual principles compounds the wrongdoing. By invading your life, these individuals invite consequences that extend far beyond legal punishment. Divine laws cannot be evaded, and their actions set spiritual justice into motion. When the time comes, God's intervention is swift and absolute. One of the most powerful ways God dismantles their schemes is through exposure. The very secrecy that gave their plans power is stripped away, leaving their intentions bare for all to see. What they sought to keep hidden becomes public knowledge, not just revealing their actions, but also their character. It's as though a veil is lifted, and the truth cannot be denied. This exposure often backfires in dramatic ways. The information they sought to use against you becomes irrelevant, or even turns into evidence of your resilience and growth. Meanwhile, their motives and methods are laid bare, drawing the scrutiny and judgment they tried so hard to avoid. Their own lives become the focus, leaving them vulnerable and humiliated. The power of prayer and faith cannot be underestimated in this process. When you remain steadfast, trusting God to fight battles you cannot see, divine justice is set into motion. It is through this unwavering faith that God moves, ensuring that no weapon formed against you can prosper. Prayer becomes a shield, deflecting every attack and turning their plans into dust. Often God's intervention is subtle yet undeniable. A small mistake in their plan, a misplaced document, an overheard conversation, becomes the thread that unravels their entire scheme. These moments may seem coincidental, but they are orchestrated by a higher power to protect and vindicate you. The destruction of their scheme is not limited to earthly consequences. Spiritually, they face the weight of their actions. To plot against someone under divine protection is to challenge forces far greater than themselves. God ensures that the harm they intended is returned to them, amplifying the lesson that no one can interfere with His plan. In the end, God not only destroys their scheme, but also uses it to strengthen you. The attacks, though painful, become lessons in faith and resilience. What was meant to harm you becomes a stepping stone, propelling you further into your purpose. Their failure is a testament to the divine protection surrounding you. This dismantling is a reminder to everyone that God sees all. No action, no matter how hidden, escapes His notice. And when you are targeted, His response is swift and undeniable. Those who plot against you cannot prevail, for they are fighting not just against you, but against the divine force that upholds your destiny. Inside Obsidian Inner Order, we have over 400 chosen ones, united by the understanding of justice and universal balance. Within the Inner Order, you'll gain access to uncensored videos revealing truths too powerful for mainstream platforms and modern manifestation mechanics that empower you to align with these cosmic principles. Through our exclusive Star Chamber Discord server, you'll connect with a community that honors resilience and the sacred truth that justice will always prevail. If you're ready to align with the principles of balance, justice, and divine order, Obsidian Inner Order is where you belong. The link to join us on Patreon is in the description. When the schemes of these individuals unravel, the exposure is nothing short of catastrophic for them. The very acts they carried out in secret come to light, leaving them to face the harsh reality of their deeds. Public scrutiny pierces through the carefully constructed facades they once hid behind, forcing them to confront the shame they tried so desperately to avoid. This exposure strikes at the heart of their reputation. People who once trusted or respected them begin to question their motives and integrity. The lies they told and the plots they devised are no longer whispers in the dark, but glaring truths laid bare for all to see. They find themselves isolated, their actions having alienated those they sought to manipulate. Embarrassment becomes their constant companion. The humiliation of being caught, of having their schemes known and their intentions revealed, is unbearable. They must now navigate a world where their credibility is shattered and their social standing irreparably damaged. The very power they sought to wield over you slips through their fingers, leaving them powerless and exposed. This downfall extends beyond personal embarrassment. The relationships they valued crumble under the weight of their deceit. Friends, family, and colleagues distance themselves, unwilling to associate with someone whose actions have been so publicly condemned. What began as a calculated effort to harm you becomes a destructive force in their own lives, tearing apart the very foundations they depended on. The consequences of their deception ripple outward, affecting every aspect of their existence. Their careers, social circles, and even their mental health suffer as they grapple with the weight of their exposure. The shame they tried to impose on you becomes their burden, a constant reminder of their failed attempts to undermine you. For the community observing these events, the exposure serves as a cautionary tale. It's a reminder that no one can act with malice and escape unscathed. Their downfall becomes a warning to others who might consider similar actions, showing that the truth always has a way of coming to light. The humiliation isn't just a punishment. It's a reckoning. It forces them to face the truth of their motives and actions, stripping away the illusions they built around themselves. This moment of reckoning is not just about their exposure, but about the lessons they are forced to learn in the aftermath. Their exposure is also a testament to the power of divine justice. What they intended for harm becomes evidence of God's intervention, a reminder that no weapon formed against you will prosper. Their downfall is not just about punishment, but about demonstrating the futility of opposing those under divine protection. In the end, their exposure brings a sense of closure for you. It reassures you that justice has been served and that your oppressors cannot act without consequence. The humiliation of these individuals is not just an ending, but a new beginning, a chance for you to move forward, unburdened and vindicated. Their downfall carries a message far greater than the exposure of their actions. It is a wake-up call to wrongdoers everywhere, a warning that certain lines cannot be crossed without dire consequences. When someone targets you, they are not merely opposing an individual, they are challenging divine forces. Their humiliation and failure stand as undeniable proof that such battles cannot be won. God uses their exposure to send a clear signal: your destiny is protected. No matter how elaborate the schemes or how hidden the plans, they are powerless against the divine purpose that guards you. Their downfall reinforces a universal truth, that no force can derail the path God has set for you. The revelation serves not only as punishment, but also as instruction. To those who would consider walking a similar path of malice, it's a reminder of the cost. The humiliation and destruction faced by those who attacked you are a reflection of what awaits anyone who seeks to harm or undermine others. It's a lesson etched in the public eye, impossible to ignore. For you, their defeat is a message of reassurance. It affirms that you are seen, known, and protected. While you may have felt isolated or powerless during their investigation, the events that unfold show you that your battles are never fought alone. Divine justice operates in ways beyond human understanding, always working in your favor. The spiritual weight of this downfall resonates deeply. It reveals the interconnectedness of earthly actions and divine responses. By attempting to harm you, these individuals have disrupted a balance far beyond their comprehension. Their exposure is not just a consequence, but a restoration of that balance, an act of divine correction that ensures you remain protected. God's message through their failure is also a call to humility. It reminds the world that power, influence, and manipulation are fleeting. Those who rely on deceit or malice to climb higher inevitably fall harder. Your victory is not just about vindication, but a demonstration of the enduring strength that comes from walking in alignment with divine will. This moment of reckoning extends beyond the wrongdoers. It reverberates through the community, offering a profound example of accountability. It shows that no act, no matter how secret or calculated, escapes the eyes of God. The message is clear. Actions have consequences, and divine justice cannot be evaded. In their downfall lies hope for change. While their exposure brings shame, it also provides an opportunity for transformation. They are forced to confront their motives, to grapple with the harm they caused, and perhaps to seek redemption. This is the ultimate divine message, that even in failure, there is a chance for growth if humility and repentance take root. The protection surrounding you is far deeper than many realize. It isn't merely a shield forged from faith or belief. It's a legacy carried across generations. Ancestral spirits, guardians of your lineage, stand watch, ensuring that your path remains safeguarded. This is not just about the present. It's about honoring the spiritual contracts made by those who came before you. These ancestral forces work tirelessly, warding off unseen dangers and protecting against spiritual attacks. You walk with a shield that cannot be penetrated by human schemes. It is a force that operates beyond the physical realm, ensuring that no plan formed in malice can succeed. Those who try to harm you are not only fighting against you, but against an entire spiritual lineage. The spiritual protection surrounding you is an undeniable reality. It is the reason why attacks meant to destroy you fail so spectacularly. From childhood, you have been marked by this shield, a divine energy that grows stronger as you align with your purpose. This protection is why you survive challenges that would have broken others. Ancestral protection doesn't only repel harm, it also guides. You may often feel an unexplainable pull toward decisions that ultimately protect and uplift you. This is the work of ancestral spirits, quietly steering you away from danger and into the light of your destiny. It is a constant, invisible force ensuring that you stay on the right path. Those who attempt to investigate or harm you often underestimate the consequences. They believe they are only dealing with a person, failing to recognize the spiritual forces they're challenging. This arrogance becomes their downfall, as their actions awaken not just earthly justice, but the wrath of divine and ancestral protectors. Divine wrath is no small matter. When someone violates your life, they are met with repercussions that go beyond the physical. Illness, misfortune, and loss are often the tangible outcomes of tampering with sacred energy. These consequences are not coincidences. They are a reflection of the spiritual balance being restored. The legacy of protection also serves as a source of strength for you. You carry with you the hopes and dreams of your ancestors, knowing you are part of something much greater. This connection provides resilience and courage, empowering you to rise above any attack. It is a reminder that you are never alone in your battles. For you, this protection is both a gift and a responsibility. It comes with the understanding that your life is meant for a higher purpose. To honor this legacy, you must remain aligned with your calling, knowing that your actions affect not just yourself, but the spiritual forces working to protect you. The irony of their situation is profound. Those who set out to scrutinize, undermine, and expose you now find themselves at the center of attention. The tables have turned, and the investigators are no longer the unseen orchestrators of schemes, but the ones under intense scrutiny. The spotlight they once aimed at you now shines relentlessly on them, revealing their every flaw and misstep. Their downfall begins with the public discovery of their actions. What they hoped to keep hidden becomes the very thing that defines them. The community they once sought to manipulate now sees them for what they truly are: deceptive, insecure, and vindictive. Their exposure isn't just a revelation. It's a reversal of roles that forces them to face the very judgment they tried to impose on you. This scrutiny doesn't stop at uncovering their deeds. It digs deeper into their lives. The same tactics they employed to investigate you are now turned against them. Every corner of their existence is examined, and their own vulnerabilities are laid bare for the world to see. The shame they intended for you now engulfs them. Karma operates with precision in these moments. The harm they tried to inflict on you rebounds onto them, amplified. Their attempts to shame and humiliate become their own undoing, as the energy they directed outward returns with relentless force. It's not just poetic justice. It's a cosmic realignment that cannot be escaped. What makes this reversal so impactful is the sheer inevitability of it. By targeting you, they sowed seeds of their own destruction. Their arrogance led them to believe they were untouchable, but their actions carried consequences that were always destined to catch up with them. The turning of the tables was not a matter of if, but when. The public scrutiny they now face is more than just embarrassment. It's a reckoning. Their relationships suffer as those around them reevaluate their character. Trust is broken, and respect is lost. The investigators become isolated, surrounded by the ruins of their own making. They wanted to expose flaws, but ended up exposing themselves. This reversal also serves as a powerful lesson for others. It demonstrates the dangers of acting out of malice and deceit. The downfall of these individuals is a warning that no one is immune to the consequences of their actions. It's a reminder that schemes rooted in harm will always unravel, leaving their creators to face the fallout. For you, this shift in power is both vindicating and humbling. It confirms what you already knew, that divine justice is real and unstoppable. But it also reinforces the importance of walking with integrity, even in the face of adversity. The tables may have turned, but you remain focused on your purpose, knowing you are protected. As the dust settles, you move forward under the unwavering protection of divine forces. The battles you faced, though painful, have only served to reinforce the shield around you. You emerge stronger, wiser, and more assured of your purpose, knowing that no weapon formed against you can prosper. The trials you endured become testimonies of resilience and faith. God's protection over you is not passive, it is active and ever-present. Even in moments when you are unaware, divine forces are at work, intercepting threats and dismantling schemes before they can take root. This assurance allows you to walk confidently into your future, knowing that you are guarded by a power far greater than any earthly force. Restoration follows the battles. God not only protects but also restores peace to you, granting you the privacy and stability you were denied during the investigations. This restoration is a promise fulfilled, a reminder that what is lost in times of trial will be returned in abundance. You are not left to rebuild alone. You are supported every step of the way. The lessons learned through these experiences are invaluable. You come to understand the importance of discernment, who to trust, where to focus your energy, and how to maintain your alignment with divine purpose. These insights strengthen your resolve and ensure that you remain vigilant without becoming consumed by fear or doubt. Moving forward, you are reminded to stay aligned with your higher calling. The distractions and attacks you faced were meant to derail you, but instead, they became stepping stones toward greater clarity and determination. You are called to use these experiences as fuel, channeling your growth into your divine mission. Your victories serve as an inspiration to others. Those who witness your ability to rise above adversity see the power of faith and divine protection in action. This inspires hope and courage in those who face their own struggles, proving that light will always prevail over darkness. You also carry a responsibility to remain humble in your victories. Your protection is a gift, not a shield for arrogance. Moving forward with gratitude ensures you stay in alignment with the spiritual forces that guard you. Humility allows you to remain grounded, even as you ascend to new heights. The trials you faced remind you of the importance of community and support. You learn that while your protection is divine, you are also strengthened by the encouragement and love of those around you. Moving forward, you are equipped to cultivate relationships that uplift and protect, ensuring you are never isolated in your journey. Let this message be your final reassurance. No scheme formed against you can ever prevail, for God's justice is unwavering and absolute. Every hidden intention, every malicious act, and every attempt to undermine your purpose will be exposed and dismantled. You are not alone in this journey. You walk with the protection of divine forces and the strength of a spiritual legacy that cannot be broken. Now is the time to move forward boldly, secure in the knowledge that your destiny is safeguarded. Share your story, inspire others, and let the world see the undeniable truth. When you are chosen, you are protected.